Hi, my name is Allie, and I am with Disability Support Services. I'm the Accommodation Services Coordinator. And today, for this webisode, I am talking with Jalen Cunningham. She is our Assistive Technology Coordinator with the office as well. Hi, Jalen.
Hi, Allie.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
Good. Jalen, so this webisode, what I would like to do is talk about accessible materials, captioning, and how to create accessible materials for people that may not know how to create those types of materials. But first, Jalen, I would like for you to tell everyone just a little bit about what you do in your role.
Okay. So my name is, again, Jalen Cunningham. I work with DSS as the Assistive Technology Coordinator. I assist with accommodations with meeting with students. I manage captioning as well as books in alternative format, and also any assistive technology devices that students may utilize within their accommodations within the classroom setting.
So, Jalen, like you said, with all that you do, given your professional experiences and your experiences working with the students as well as your perspective, why is it important to create accessible materials, to make videos captioned, and to have assistive technology software?
Okay. So I personally believe that having accessible course content, it ensures access for a student as well as allowing them to independently be able to take on the task for the classroom for anybody that did not or who does not have a disability. It also helps, I believe, promotes engagement and participation within the course. It helps students better retain the information that is being provided in the best possible learning style for that student. It also, I believe, as far as for the faculty, it just shows that they are just aware that they may have people within their classrooms with disabilities, and it just shows that they are willing to provide a more inclusive environment, where for as the student with the disability does not feel isolated or not accepted within the classroom setting.
That's a good point you made. It made me also think, Jalen, that when we create these materials that are accessible, it's not only helping students with a disability, but it's also helping students that may not have a disability. Like
Exactly.
I enjoy watching movies with the captions.
Same.
It helps me be able to get involved in the movie and to know what is actually going on. So that's, I mean, just by providing the captions on the videos, even if you don't have a student that has a disability that has that accommodation, you might be benefiting another student.
That's so true.
Now, Jalen, for someone who does not know or may not have experience in making materials accessible or doing captioning, how can faculty gain this experience?
Okay. First, I would say to always reach out to DSS and just see what that we can, as far as like guidance and referrals that we can provide to the faculty. Also, just for things that faculty and staff can do on their own, it's just utilize the accessibility checkers within Microsoft Office platforms. Adobe also has an accessibility checker, as well as even Outlook through your email. And these are just sort of reminders that they will have in these checkers to let you know what part of your document or your email or your PDF isn't accessible to the viewer. And they're very like simple instructions on how to correct them and where they outline them. I will also say visiting websites like webaim.org. They provide various cheat sheets for different programs to give people more detailed instructions on how to create accessible documents. As well as for captioning, I would say to reach out to eLearning. They provide one-on-one trainings and helpful guidelines on how to utilize caption content. If it's captioning, You can also reach out to our office as well, where we can provide documents on like what is required in captioning quick guides to let you know when captions should be utilized, even as far as just utilizing them as best practice. Mostly if you just needed help with a student who had an accommodation, you can come to DSS because like we will assist you in that effort in providing captioning content for that student with an accommodation. If they are just for best practices and you just want to provide caption content to be more inclusive, you can always reach out to e-learning. And thirdly, if it's for assistive technology that the faculty may have in mind, I would just recommend to just contact DSS, and I'm able to either provide training if you wanted to, know how to utilize a certain device or software, or just give information on the tool and why, or the student is utilizing it within the classroom or the purpose for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just a plug in, Jalen and I are doing a presentation with CTL this summer about assistive technology, the importance of it, and the different types of softwares that are available to students. Now, Jalen, in the beginning, you mentioned that you meet with students throughout the registration process, and you also provide trainings for students.
Mm-hmm.
What about students that may not know what types of assistive technology softwares are available to them? How can they learn about those or, find out more information?
I would first say to go to the DSS website and look at the Assistive Technology tab. It does give a few information on what software that we provide. Also, if just for informational purposes, you can always contact DSS, and I can inform you on just the different types of software that we may have, or just like the categories as far as like text to speech, which reads the text out loud, and kind of just give students just a small description on what that can be utilized for. But I will also just recommend to that student to first, we can give out the information of the AT that is provided, but it'll be best if they go ahead and register with DSS so they can meet and, have an accommodation meeting. If they still feel like they are interested in AT, we can do an assistive technology evaluation where I can sit down with the student and understand the impact that their diagnosis is having on them within the classroom setting. Also just what they have done so far to help rectify that challenge that they may have. And then we'll just kind of just get more in depth in just the different tools that we may provide to understand if AT is the best approach. And if it is, then I would just kind of narrow it down just from what the student presented as a challenge and the environment that it would need to be utilized, and will offer certain devices, which could be technology. It could be a device as such as technology is such as like a software like Sonocent, which is an audio note taker recorder. It could be a device as far as like a headphones. So if someone is using speech to text, or even as simple as like an adjusted chair that they may need for a lab. So those are like different examples of different assistive technology, but it would definitely have to focus on the impact or what the current challenge that the student is presenting.
Thank you, Jalen. I appreciate it.
No problem.
So that is it. That is the end of our webisode. Like I said, Jalen and I will be presenting with the CTL this summer on assistive technology. And like Jalen said, visit our website. We have information about assistive technology software. We have information about how to register with our office. Even if you don't know what you need or what can help you, Jalen and everyone else in our office can help you figure that out. Thank you, Jalen, for talking with me.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.